Who was Charlemagne? Charlemagne was born into the Frankish kingdom in 742 AD, which was run by his father, Pepin the Short. The Frankish kingdom was a royal empire that played a big part in the events leading up to the Dark Ages. Pepin's death in 768 AD left Charlemagne and his younger brother Charlemagne as the head of Franks. This was the case until Charlemagne's unsuspected death, which left Charlemagne in charge. As the years passed, Charlemagne accomplished great things, from fighting off invasions of Europe to reclaiming Europe and avenging the Western Empire. His efforts later led him to be crowned King of Italy. What was the significance of Charlemagne being crowned King of Europe? Early on Christmas Day in 800 AD, Charlemagne's coronation as King of Italy took place in the Vatican. The coronation of Charlemagne was a significant event in European history. Little was known about him at the time, so for the people to see him become a king was very confusing. Charlemagne now had more power than ever, and soon he would reclaim the European Empire with the help from Pope Leo III, the current pope at the time. As the leader of the Franks at the time, he already had a strong army. But with his coronation, the Pope gave total control to Charlemagne and total control of the Roman army. With this, Charlemagne forged the greatest army that Europe had ever seen. Where was Charlemagne crowned king? Charlemagne was crowned king of Franks in 768 AD, following the death of his father. Charlemagne was co-king with his brother Charlemagne until his unsuspecting death. Charlemagne now had total control over the Frankish Empire, and he moved on to claiming Saxon and Muslim Spain. 32 years after Charlemagne was crowned King of Franks, he was appointed King of Italy. The coronation took place in the Vatican in 800 AD on Christmas Day. Why was Charlemagne known as Charles the Great? Charles lived in a period called the Middle Ages. The Middle Ages started at the fall of the Western Empire, the Dark Ages. Charlemagne was born in 742 AD in the Frankish kingdom. He lived for 72 years and died in 814 AD of a disease called pleurisy, which is when the abdomen is obstructed and you can no longer breathe. Charlemagne was known for his strategic military plans that conquered various armies. Since he was coronated King of Italy, people noticed his great military skills. Since then, he was appointed a great. How did Charlemagne become King of Italy? At the time of Charlemagne's coronation, many people were unpleased with Charlemagne being appointed king. They said that there was no real reason for Charlemagne being appointed king, when really there were very good reasons. In the Dark Ages, when Pope Leo used to rule Europe, he owed some of his efforts to the Frankish kingdom for maintaining Europe as long as they could. Charlemagne, as Charlemagne was the king of Franks, he fought back Muslim invasions of Europe and started a revolution for the European Empire. He avenged the Europeans from the fall of the Dark Ages and brought them rising back to the top.